So LEGO kind of quietly introduced a new color into their color palette. That color is called Ochre Yellow. I'm really excited about this new addition, but I don't know what's up with the LEGO group. They seem to just not like this color. It's almost like they're ashamed of it. For some reason, they refuse to include it in LEGO sets. So what exactly is the deal with this new color? Why does LEGO seem to have some sort of vendetta against it? What pieces currently exist in this new color, and how can they be used in MOCs? Let's discuss. Ochre Yellow. It's been around for just under 2 years, and we only have 9 pieces in this color. That's it. That's quite low. Here's Ochre Yellow next to a few other colors, just so you can see the differences and the similarities. The first piece to feature this color is this LEGO Friends pony. Well, Ochre Yellow is used as a bit of an accent color, but it is included. This debuted in a LEGO Friends set in 2025. That set was called Pony Ranch and Stable. So yeah, the Ochre Yellow on this looks nice. But I'm curious why LEGO introduced this color like this. Honestly, I think this could have been any other shade of yellow or dark tan or tan itself. It didn't need to be Ochre Yellow. I'm not complaining, it's cool, but it is an odd way to introduce this. It's not like it needed to be this color. Something that's important to remember. The LEGO group introducing a new color is a big deal financially. In the early 2000s, when LEGO was facing terrible financial issues and was close to bankruptcy, one of the ways that they got out of this was to severely reduce the amount of colors that they make. Doing so saves them a ton of money. Even today, to produce a piece in a brand new color that it's never existed in, set designers classify that as about the same cost of making a whole brand new piece. Roughly the same cost. The idea being that it occupies an entire machine and it has to have the specific color put into it, that real estate, that time that it takes to do all of that, that does cost money. Recoloring a piece and introducing a whole new color is not cheap to do. In fact, typically when a new color is introduced, an old color has to retire. So there must be a good reason to introduce Ochre Yellow, right? A bigger reason than just, I don't know, this color looked good on this horse. Just doesn't seem like enough justification for a new color. Well, maybe there's more justification in the next sets. In 2025, it appeared in 2 more sets. This minifigure here, Zeph, a character from LEGO One Piece, he came in the big set, the Baratier. And he introduced 2 new pieces, this hairpiece and this beard. And if you want to be a bit more technical about it, the printing on his face is also Ochre Yellow, although Bricklink doesn't really classify that as an Ochre Yellow piece. Printing doesn't really count. But if you want to be pedantic, yes, it is Ochre Yellow. Zeph's beard is also an entirely new piece that debuted on this figure. 2025 also gave us a Willy Wonka LEGO set. And Willy Wonka himself? Yes, his hair is Ochre Yellow. Okay, maybe this is the reason that the color was introduced. These characters demanded a very specific shade of yellow for their hair, and it needed to be a whole new color. Maybe. That makes sense. But I don't know. Comparing Zeph to his live-action appearance in the Netflix show, yeah, his beard does match the color, sure, but his hair is a much lighter shade. And Willy Wonka, yeah, again, it's a close match. But I don't know, looking at these, I feel like you could have done the exact same thing in dark tan. Much like the beard that we see on Radagast the Brown from this LEGO Hobbit set. Or I don't know, even the same color as Sanji's hair from the exact same set. I feel like that shade of yellow would have looked fine on this hair and this beard, and it would have looked good on Willy Wonka as well. Again, I'm not complaining, I'm always happy to get new pieces in new colors. But it just doesn't make sense financially. This would have looked just as good in other colors. It would have fit the source material very well. Why make this in a new color? It didn't really need to be. Oh, well, unless, because these come from licensed IPs, maybe the IP holder said, hey, you have to make this in a very specific color, and LEGO said, okay, we'll do that. Maybe that's the best theory we have so far. That could be part of the reason this color exists. But there's still a few unsolved mysteries about the way that this color is made. 2026 gave us a few new Ochre Yellow pieces. It's more animals in LEGO Friends sets. We got a dog, we got a bunny, and we got another horse. A very different looking horse to the one we saw before. They come in a variety of different LEGO Friends sets, some of them even appear in 2 sets. I mean, hey, the animals are adorable. And the ochre yellow color does feel very in line with the aesthetic for Friends. It feels adorable, it feels cute, it feels bright and happy. It's nice. Gosh, ochre yellow really does come in a lot of Friends sets. But the last set to come with ochre yellow is the Creel House from Stranger Things. 2 of the minifigures include this color. We have Mr. Whatsit, his hair is ochre yellow, and Holly Wheeler, again, her hair is the same color. Comparing these minifigures to their actual appearances, in some shots, the hair does look ochre yellow, in other shots it really doesn't. It kinda just depends on the lighting and the scene. And oftentimes Mr. Whatsit has a hat on. Honestly, they could have just given him the hat and not needed to make a whole new color for this piece. Again, that's an expensive thing to do. But they chose to give us this, which is good, it looks great. Although really, in some of these shots, it really doesn't look like his hair is blonde. Although this Funko Pop does show that his hair really is ochre yellow, so who knows? So I say again, all of these pieces didn't need to be ochre yellow. They would have looked just as good in other shades of yellow, dark tan, maybe even gold if you wanted to be a bit more fancy. It would have looked good. It would have been cheaper. But yet LEGO still said, no, we're making it in ochre yellow. Interesting. And that is every single piece that currently, at the time of this recording, appears in ochre yellow. 9 pieces. That's it. And yeah, all of those pieces are limited to either animals or hair. Why haven't we gotten any, standard bricks or plates or slopes? Why just animals and hair? Odd. To put this in perspective, this year LEGO also debuted 2 other new colors, warm pink and blue violet. Here's warm pink next to other different shades of pink, so you can really see the actual color difference. And here's the same thing with blue violet. Although funnily enough, blue violet is very, very close to a violet color that we see in LEGO Galador sets. It's hard to see, but there is a slight difference. But it's shocking how close those colors really are. Anyway, these colors have been around for less than a year. They came out at the start of the year, they've not been around for long. And already there are basic bricks in these colors, and just sort of like a decent variety of pieces. Stuff you can actually build with, not animals and hair. The parts portfolio for these colors is nearly double what we have for ochre yellow. And they've been around for only a few months. Ochre yellow has been around for over a year, closer to 2 years. Why won't LEGO make basic bricks in ochre yellow? Why does LEGO hate this color? Why do they always kind of shun it away? Why are they limiting what it could be? I don't understand. The only other examples of this occurring where LEGO really limits the use of a color, it's some of the different various flesh tones, colors like medium brown or sienna. These are often limited to just minifigures and mini dolls. That's it. But that was always the intention for these colors. It's made for diversity and inclusion and realism, which is so cool. I'm very happy that LEGO does that. But as time moves on, some of these pieces have now appeared in regular bricks, plates, and tiles. Because, you get some of these licensed characters. And then LEGO decides to make a brick head for that character. So, to keep it accurate and consistent, pieces pop up in the same color that the minifigure has, which is great. A set like this LEGO Wednesday set, it gave us a bunch of pieces in medium tan, a color that really only existed on minifigures before that. It's nice that these colors are becoming more common in more standard pieces. Ochre yellow is not doing that. Why? But okay, hey, maybe a brickhead will come along that demands ochre yellow be used. Like if they ever made a brickhead for Holly Wheeler, you would imagine they have to use ochre yellow because that's the hair they used for the minifigure, right? No. LEGO did make a Holly Wheeler brickhead, and she doesn't have ochre yellow hair, she has medium nougat hair. What's up with that? Also, why didn't they just give the minifigure medium nougat hair? Why is there a difference? Why is this not consistent? Why does LEGO refuse to make ochre yellow bricks, plates, and tiles? What's up with that? For whatever reason, LEGO is kind of locking this color behind very specific pieces and very specific uses. Now, going back to warm pink and blue violet. When these colors were introduced, when they debuted, they hit in a big way. Warm Pink was featured in a big set, this awesome LEGO Friends set. Probably the best LEGO Friends set they ever made. And check it out, you get so many warm pink pieces and it looks stunning. It's the same thing with Blue Violet. It popped up in a bunch of kind of botanical style sets, and it creates very realistic and beautiful flowers. Even this Harry Potter set includes one of these wizard cards in Blue Violet, and that's like the perfect use for that color. Again, these new colors are front and center and they're being shown off in a gorgeous, gorgeous way. But whenever LEGO shows off Ochre Yellow, it's tucked away and you get one little piece, maybe two, in whatever set you're buying. It's almost like they're ashamed of the color, I don't know. My only theory is that maybe LEGO made this color because they have a very specific set in mind. Maybe a set is coming that's going to use a bunch of Ochre Yellow, and they're just kind of trickling it out now, early on, just to justify the color existing, and then later, whenever that mysterious set comes out, we'll get a bunch of Ochre Yellow pieces, and that will certainly justify the cost. Maybe, I don't know, maybe we'll see that later on in 2026, who the heck knows? Maybe I'm just dreaming, maybe that won't happen at all, and LEGO is limiting this color to very specific, small uses. But look, whatever happens, I dream of more pieces in this color. Why? Why do I want bricks and plates and tiles in Ochre Yellow? Let me tell you why. This color is excellent for so many uses. It would look brilliant to replicate natural clay in landscapes. And as someone who likes to build landscapes, that would be a lot of fun. And there's many other sort of environments and landscapes where you do see shades of that kind of ochre yellow. You could pair it very nicely with dark tan. It would make a nice sort of offset color to that, just to add a bit of variety. It would look really nice. I also want to play with it to create gradients of color. I did that here on this creation. Here I use white, various faded white bricks that have started to yellow, and then mixed it in with a bit of tan. As a result, you get some very realistic, like, faded shades. I think it's beautiful. And just imagine what you could do if you mix together a bunch of different shades of yellow, heat orange, dark tan, maybe even gold. The variants and gradients of color that you could make, oh, it would be so nice. This would also look good in dioramas that feature deserts. Because yeah, it's very similar in tone to dark tan and tan. Again, it could offer some nice variety. Imagine a desert canyon like this. This is a mock made by Grant Davis. A nice stripe of ochre yellow in this beautiful canyon. That would look so good, so realistic. I've even seen various buildings in Europe that are basically ochre yellow. God, imagine a modular building in ochre yellow, that would be beautiful. Even some of these old like medieval Tudor houses. Sometimes they have that beautiful shade of ochre yellow. And you know, if you were to use a more standard yellow or a brighter yellow, that would be too much. It needs to have that more muted, darker, distilled color. Ochre yellow is perfect for that. Heck, even Innovation House, the top secret building where LEGO builds all of their top secret brand new LEGO sets, that building is ochre yellow. Golden frames on paintings. Ochre yellow would look nice here. Sure, it would look nice in gold and metallic gold, pearl gold, all that kind of stuff. But given how close ochre yellow is to those colors, you could add in a bit more sort of variety, different shades of color. And some of these frames that you can see here do have different shades and tonal qualities of gold. Ochre yellow would be perfect for that. Dude, I'm telling you, there are so many ways you could use this color. Why the heck won't LEGO make more pieces in ochre yellow? Anyway, that's my rant. I really want more of this color. I'm so excited to use it in more ways. LEGO just needs to make more pieces in the color, that's all. If you're listening, LEGO, come on, you know what to do. Do you have any ochre yellow pieces? This here is the complete collection. What do you have? And what don't you have? And what are your thoughts on this color? Do you want it as much as I do? Well, let's talk about it more in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Happy building, and bye for now. So I thought the new Tintin minifigure had ochre yellow hair. Turns out he does not. I wonder what the next set will be that has ochre yellow. Maybe a Pokemon set? Maybe.